I also overdo a bit, and this is more obvious.
Folks, we've been in heavy troubleshooting, but before we go on with that, spring is coming, and so I pulled out my lei, which is a Hawaiian necklace. And in Hawaii, this is also a symbol of very strong hospitality. And so I would like to greet once more Stefan Bahr in the studio. Stefan Bahr from Matrix Halo, Germany. We say a warm aloha this time. And
thanks for having me.
So, and what I was going to say, we have been troubleshooting. The reason why you see so many laptops here, we didn't manage to authorize the plugins on my main studio computer, so we found some way around this.
There's always a cable.
We draw the audio output of the laptop, of Stefan's laptop, lead it, of course, into the Leo 8 and record everything in Pro Tools, recording sound so you can listen on high quality. That's basically what happened today. We are sweating. Yes, we did avoid to drink alcohol, just to calm down. No, we stayed with coffee.
Yes. Good one.
That's okay.
A good bean.
So that's basically it. But what we would like to present today are two.
I think we're going to manage this. We're going to manage to do this one today.
One.
Yeah, as we're a little bit short on time of this technology here right
We're talking about reverb plugins.
They're the one this what I call the drum reverb.
The drum reverb
from David Bendeth, and he's a sound engineer, pretty well known in the US. And he has got a very interesting approach how he created especially his snare sound or his drum sounds on his reverbs. But we dive deeper into this. Right now I have a session here, a drum loop. This is a drum loop. This is played by a drummer here from Hamburg, Vincent Golli. Okay. And pretty interesting drummer. I think we will hear a bunch of other stuff from him in the next years. Okay. And this is him on the drums, and nothing really added. This was recorded on the ULN8. What we listen is the pure sound of the microphones during the drum session. And the only thing what I'm gonna do right now is toying a bit around with one of those plugins that we maybe also introduce in the next sessions and see what it does. And then I dive into the reverb. And well, I would say, let's start. Listen.
Okay.
Perfect, I like that. Okay, plug in here, the reverb plugin is on bypass. What I like to do is I'm gonna start. What I love on drums is the Kevin limiter. This is a limiter. It's nothing else than that.
Okay.
But it's my to-go plug-in on drums, and I've been changed the first. So, and let me see, I prepared a couple of things here on channel strip. Of course, I love channel strip. My Desert Island plug-in, and I'm gonna lift up a little bit around 4.5K and clean it up a little bit on 310. Let's listen. Get some clarity without.
Okay.
That's it. So, and what I would like to do, still like to do, this is where do they appear here in the corner? This is the baxandall from Chris Gehringer. I love the highs on this. Oh, it gives this silky, sweet stuff above this. Yeah. Okay. And also put here a halo verb, but I keep this bypass. Let's go to this thing. I sent a little bit of the overheads, left, right hand, and of course the snare. So, and what I like to see is this kind of a preset from him. I drag a little bit more. Is it a little bit too much? But this is the way how he's working. He's mixing different reverbs inside his SSL desk. So this is like the screen we can see here, and then he arranging with 4 different reverbs that you're gonna use, arranging the sound. Okay, but we have a glimpse view about what it would sound like just in a moment you plug it.
I have one question,
Yeah.
because that was very interesting. You just said he's mixing different reverbs in his SSL console.
Yeah.
Meaning hardware
Yes.
reverbs?
Yeah.
And not all of the same kind.
No, different types
companies,
of
different
Yeah.
manufacturers. And what exactly, for example, can you name them?
No.
No, that's the secret.
That's a little secret. The secret sources here.
Could I imagine he has a Quantec, he has a Lexicon, he has some Yamaha stuff whatsoever. Mostly analog, because like the Quantec and the Lexicon, they are digital already.
Already, most of the reverbs that they're going to use is digital.
Yeah.
And I like to come back to this issue later on.
Yeah.
I heard a few rumors around what it is, and you will be totally surprised.
Okay.
There is some Japanese reverbs, but also used on guitars.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can imagine this will be a little pedal. There is some British reverbs, some European reverbs. This is exactly in the sequence. This is some kind of Japanese type of stuff. This is the small reverb, as we can see it. And a British reverb, this is the medium. And then we have a large reverb.
Okay.
And then here's some extra stuff. And so this is this interesting approach, what he gonna do. And but let's start a little bit explaining a bit what it is. But I don't want to dive too deep, by the way, because Rick Carson from Make Believe already made a perfect video about each of those little elements. I think we don't have to do this again.
Okay.
But
Sure.
I like the all-over approach of how mix with reverbs and stuff like that. What it means to do this right now, because I think there is, especially in the last years, a really major change that happened, especially inside the DAWs. But basically, just how it works, so that everyone who's take a first look on this thing, as I said, small, medium, and a large reverb, and we can pretty easily listen to those things separately, as you just cut it out, as it is in an SSL disk. No? So you cut the channels, now it's dry. And let's start with the small reverb. I'm gonna overdo a bit so that you can listen to this on YouTube easily. You see the room, and you have a chance to adjust the length of it. You can make it shorter. By default, it sets on 9. But when I want to have it not that long, I can change it here.
But that's not corresponding towards any time structure. I mean,
At least
9 is not 9 seconds.
No, and it's not 9 seconds.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
exactly, no. It's just a number. And we have here a so-called setting button. And this is I just type it. Can hear how the sound is changing. These are 3 different types of reverbs that you can use on this channel. So at least you have 12 different reverbs here included.
Okay.
In one of each of those channels.
Let's give us an example, no talking, so we can hear.
Okay, right. I also overdo a bit, and this is more obvious. I like that one. Okay, let's go back to a good level. And so we can go on. I just leave this off. And here we have the medium reverb. Let's do the same thing, that we have a little bit picture of what is this. Okay, first impression, what you can do with it. And also like, that's a very interesting thing with the pre-delay. You have a minus pre-delay. A minus pre-delay is because David Bendeth had also included some pre-delay inside those channels. Okay. Should I start now?
Yeah.
And he has included the pre-delay inside each of those reverbs. Okay. And if you don't want to have them, you can do 30 milliseconds, you can drag them off, or you push some more pre-delay in.
Okay, I didn't get that quite. I mean, a pre-delay is basically the sound comes first and then the reverb follows.
Yeah, there is definitely a delay between the time between the original signal and when the reverb of the effect starts.
Exactly. So what is it?
The effect is pretty simple.
Yeah.
You have the really right in the face signal, and after that there comes the reverb, the room, and the wideness, the depth, and stuff like that. And so if you increase this, the reverb drifts away from the original sound.
Of course.
That's the idea.
It can also lead to like echoing effects.
Yes, even that. So, depending on the size.
What then is a minus pre-delay?
As each of those settings he got, what they modeled out of those separate elements, they have always a 30 millisecond pre-delay. And if you say we go minus 30 seconds pre-delay, you cut off all those stuff that David had already included in the sound.
Okay, so they come by default with a pre-delay that you can compensate for with the minus. I got it.
This is the thing what you can do on the digital world right now.
Yeah, of course.
So
sure.
Just push play.